Hang tight. We're going to get that connection going now. Look at all our wonderful friends. Hello. So glad you guys are coming on.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, Liz. How are you?
Doing so good. How are you?
Wonderful. Welcome to the Fashion Roundtable.
I'm so excited. What a great opportunity and such a great conversation space. I'm really excited about what you guys are developing here.
Thank you. And you know what? I've been checking you out, so I know that you are a live advocate. You like to go live, and we enjoy watching you. So welcome again to the Fashion Roundtable. We are so excited to have you. And are you ready to jump into this?
Yeah, girl, let's do it.
You look fabulous, by the way. I'm checking you out. I'm a little distracted. You look amazing, as always.
Thank you. I always say I dress to make my 5-year-old self happy because, you know, that 5-year-old self was when I feel like it's like when we were at our purest form, you know, of who we are and, you know, what we love. And at 5, like, I was definitely not like other little kids. Like, I was like listening to Barry Manilow, like doing my Copacabana girl, right? Like, I wanted to be like Dolly Parton and like Elizabeth Taylor mixed with Diana Ross and Tina Turner. Like, I was trying to just be, honey, she was trying to be Celine before Celine knew what Celine was, okay?
I love it. I love it. Dress to make yourself happy. Absolutely. That's what it's here for. So before we get into this, a lot of people joining us don't even know what it means to be a style strategist. So inform us. Tell us a little bit about that and what that means. What do you do?
Well, it's funny, I feel like I do so many things, but they're all related to the visual aspect of, you know, your personal presentation. The easiest way to talk about what I do is I make you look like what you sell so that no one has to guess what it is that you do, right? I make it easier for people, I always say. I am an award-winning makeup artist. I've won six or seven national makeup awards over the last 10 years. I am a certified image consultant. So, you know, I really wanted to make sure that I wasn't just guessing, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people can like fashion or like makeup, but they, you know, they're just kind of like, I didn't want people to pay me to guess for them, right? I'm even next, I'm getting a color certification, you know what I mean? So that I'm sure that I'm also an expert on like color matching and things like that. So what I have wound up doing in the strategy department is taking my fashion abilities as a fashion stylist. I won a national award in 2013 for fashion, right? So I took everything that I know about visual branding, fashion styling, image consulting, you know what I mean? Really managing that impression and makeup. And I put that all together to help people update their wardrobes, up level themselves, because we know even when it comes to work, you know what I mean? Like if you might just have a 9-to-5, like being a fashion stylist or having a stylist, not just for celebrities anymore, right? If you're saying to yourself, like, I want to like I want to go up in my work level, right? Like I started out as an assistant, but I want to be vice president. You need to start dressing like the job that you want.
That's right.
Because it's all about the power of intention, and it is all about the power of that presentation and what it feeds people. It's feeding people a narrative. When we get dressed, we feed people a narrative even before the day that truth becomes released.
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. And there's such a skill level involved. I'm glad that you talked about that, because you have to take in consideration the color wheel and body types and all of those different things. As a fellow stylist, I can definitely relate to you on that level. So thank you for explaining what style strategist means. How did you get your start?
Girl, I came out of the womb with a red handbag, red high heels, and a Vogue magazine. Like, she has
From
always
birth.
been her, okay? Like,
Right.
fashion picked me from birth. I took a breath and fashion said, come to us, darling, right? And
that.
I've just always been, like, I've always been a creative. I mean, like, even I found this photo of me. Tanisha, I can't be more. I cannot. I can't be more than 6, right?
Okay.
And I guess in my mind, the outfit that I wanted to create was I wanted this Rapunzel ponytail. Like, I could see where she was going with this, right? So
right.
I took my mom's pantyhose and put them around my head to make the wig, girl, okay? And then we twisted the legs around. And then I had this pink Michael Jackson jacket, sis, on, zipped all the way up right to her back, like flipped out. And then I had all these dress-up clothes that my grandma and my aunt had given me. So I had this like floral dress just like draped all over. And she was sitting on the ground, right, with the dress fully out, holding the ponytail, giving you a look before she knew what a look was. So, I mean, and, you know, even in high school, I was the girl who I was picking out all my friends' dresses, their gowns. I went to my friends' houses and like picked out their first day of school outfit. I was like, right. What are you doing? You're not wearing that. No, right. We have
getting everybody right. Get them right. Get them right. Exactly.
From Jump Street, I mean, it should have been so obvious that this would be the path, but the thing that I love about it the most is how it transforms people. How, you know, what you might think it's a little black dress or you might think it's a jacket, but I see it as a form of giving someone the freedom to exist in their purpose and to live in their highest self and to feel good when they walk in the room and to network like they never have before because they're not pulling at their clothes. You know what I mean? They're right. Like, yes, I know I look great, you know? That's my favorite thing.
Right, because, you know, it translates. If we feel good and we look good, that confidence comes through and people can identify that on you, or when you don't have it, they can identify that as well. So you give people that opportunity to have that, to experience that. So I love that. So who would you say, if you have one, is your favorite designer?
Oh,
that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
You know, it is because I admire so many different designers for so many reasons. I admire Dries Van Noten because I love his textile selections, right? I love the way that he takes that textile and manipulates it and kind of quilts it together with something else that's a little bit more experimental. You know what I mean? Or he might have a season where he's got like this luscious leopard print with like a dope like mink fur. Or, you know, I love Brandon Maxwell for the sleeves that he does. A lot of people love what he does as far as like a silhouette. I love the sleeve. Give me a regal sleeve, please. Let me live my best life in this regal sleeve. Can I live in this regal sleeve? You know, so I would say that my 2 favorite people that I love as far as designers, but, you know, I also love Christian Siriano, and I love Christian Siriano because he does every body type right. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about somebody that can justify a body type. Come on, Christian, you better do it. You know,
he's an inclusive brand for sure.
Yes,
an inclusive brand for sure.
Yes.
I love that. So you have some favorites, but you didn't tell me who was your number one. I'm going to let you slide.
Well, my number one, my number one of all time, it was definitely Chanel. But the reason is because, you know, Coco starts out as a Gabrielle Coco Chanel, right? Starts out as a child in like in an orphanage, right? And learns to sew because she has to have her keep. And then she becomes a millinery, right? So she's designing hats in Paris. And then, you know, she could see the way that the woman was, you know? So then she designs dresses. Then from there, the fragrance becomes because she even knew how that woman smelled. So
educate us.
Come on now, right? Because let me tell you, like, for me with Chanel, it's not just, you know, because I love the Chanel pin. I love what it stands for. I love that, you know, the Neiman brothers of Neiman Marcus were one of the first ones to give Gabrielle or Coco her beginning, right? So they still have with that brand, they still stay very true to her original deals. You'll find a lot of things at Neiman Marcus that aren't other places, because the Neiman brothers were one of the first ones to give Coco a larger distribution deal. So they still, you know, honor that. So for me, it's just that thought process of the legendary woman that she knew every woman could be, that level of class, that tweed, you know what I mean? That trademark lambskin bag. People think they're being the baddest, you know what I mean, when they have the bag. No, baby, you have a level of class and elegance when you don that bag.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
You're
and I
saying
love how
something
you speak
about
to the
who you are.
history. It's true.
Yes.
I love how you speak to the history, because really, what is fashion? It's telling a story, right? And you just told Gabrielle's story, right? You just kind of told how the heartache, the struggle, and educating yourself in this industry. It isn't just a vanity show. There's education behind it, right? Fashion is tied into every aspect of life. So I love how you gave that history and kind of educated us on the importance of knowing that history and having a foundation, that strong foundation. I also love Coco. I love her because you can do Coco edited and minimal and chic, and you can do Coco extra over the top with layers upon layers upon layers, and
all the pearls. Go to Walmart and get every pearl.
Right.
You better get your 20 ropes of pearls. I mean, it's, you know, it's amazing to me that we don't really honor her the way that we should, from the standpoint of most of what we know about how we should dress when it comes to really being elegant, right? The little black dress, that's Coco.
Right.
Ropes and ropes of pearls being class, that's Coco. We are still today, and this is the power of branding, right? When people say, well, I'm a great designer, or I'm a great stylist, or I'm a great this, or I'm a great that, I don't really need a brand. You are absolutely crazy, because there are a lot of talented people that are not making money, and the reason they're not making money is because their branding is not tight, right?
Okay,
so
educate.
Tight branding, come on, that's what leaves the legacy, right? That's why people are writing books about Coco. That's why Karl Lagerfeld was the one that they chose, not just his level of execution, right? When it came to him being the next head of the house, it was his brilliance in his own branding. You know what I mean? His ability, the sunglass, the glove. It was so much more. They created a persona, and they became a personification of that which fashion was.
I love it. I'm almost about to shout, like, we're having like fashion church in here right now. Rest in peace to Karl.
Let him use ya.
Absolutely. So tell me, I mean, you definitely have a level of skill, and you know your history, and you've done the work. You've put in the work to learn your trade, right? It's an expertise that you have. What, in your opinion, is the most challenging aspect of styling someone?
I think two things. As the person who is styling someone, sometimes you can kind of be like, oh, they might not be comfortable with this, right? So the challenge often isn't finding the right clothing, or, you know, all the normal things you might think. It's having the guts, the absolute audacity to be like, your closet is trash, baby.
Right. That doesn't work for you
anymore.
That doesn't work for you.
This is what we're not going to do. Not one more day. No. We're going to go buy 3 outfits right now. And I want you to pick out what you love and what you don't love, because you got to have some audacity. You really got to have some gall to just walk up. But at the same time, what I know is, in my case, that person has probably been watching me for a long time. You know what I mean? They're probably in one of my groups on Facebook, and they called me because they knew that I was going to be like, one, I'm not saying this because I don't love you. I'm saying this because I see, do you know the purpose I see in you, sis? So when you walk in the room, I can't have them have any doubt about the fabulous queen you are. And I can't have you having any doubt about the fabulous queen you are. So therefore, we're going to come all the way through when we walk in. We're going to learn how to walk in slow. We're going to learn how to take our bag off and put it on our arm. We're going to learn how to ascend into the room, as well as, you know what I mean, wearing this fabulosity. But then the other part that's really hard in the case of being a stylist, right, is helping your client walk through the owning of who they actually are. right?
Okay.
Because if
Yeah.
I just put you in a dope dress, that would be a fallacy for me. That would
Right.
be me just allowing you to be purposeless. That's just vanity.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Come on, you know, I need foundation garments and confidence before we put on anything.
Right, right. And part of being a stylist or a strategist is building that confidence, fostering that
Yes.
confidence. And I think you're right. By the time you get called on to be that person's consultant or stylist, there's a level of trust there, right? You built
Yes.
that level of trust,
Yes.
whether you know it or not. Because like you said, they may just be watching you, and they have to trust you to reach out, even,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
come. So I
Well,
just think that it's really great that you say that it's not just about putting somebody in something, but helping build them, build that self-esteem so that they can
Yes.
command the room when they walk in. So, oh,
Yeah.
you're so amazing. I love this. You are giving
you.
us wisdom here. You are dropping these
Thank you.
tidbits of knowledge, and I hope that our viewers are just soaking it up, because you are giving us some good stuff here. Okay.
Well,
I love it.
listen, I love it. I'm so honored to be on. I think this is such a great space. I think this is a space that will grow because you guys are fostering community and fostering an opportunity to have a conversation around fashion. And when there's a conversation around fashion that doesn't just exist in New York City or doesn't just exist in Paris, people can begin to understand, and young designers can start to really come out of the woodworks. You know what I mean? Because now there's an audience for them. Now there are people who want to take, chances on a new design or chances on a cool pair of earrings because they're exploring who they are. And so I love this space and honor this space, and I'm super grateful for it because, also people hide their every secret in their closet.
Right.
Every single secret
that
that they have is hidden in their closet. If the person is a little depressed, you're gonna see they haven't shopped in 5 years.
Right.
They haven't shopped in 5 years. If they're confused about their life, go walk up in her closet, girlfriend. Her stuff is everywhere. And you can see her like personal schizophrenia, like in the fact that she has no core shoes, only pink, red, and yellow. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Or their
where's your
undergarments
neutral?
have stopped working.
She hasn't had an opportunity to have a full thought process on who she is or, what that looks like. So it's conversations around fashion, and the diversity within fashion and all the pieces of fashion is so great because people often don't realize that there's more to it than just the outfit.
Right. It's not just a vanity show. There really is. And also the first impression that you make is a lasting impression. So you have to present yourself accordingly, and you help people to do that. So tell me something. You're inspiring all these people, right? Along the way. I have a style crush on you. I think I sent you that. You're my style.
I love you. You're so
right
sweet.
Now. I have several, and you are one of my style crush for sure. Who has inspired you along the way?
I pull inspiration from everywhere. What I love to see people do, period, because I can't tell you that it's just now. I will say this before I say the next thing. Let me say, I'm a lover of the old school divas, right? I'm a Diana Ross, Eartha Kitt, Celine Dion, Cher. Give me a diva any day, right?
Tina Turner.
Come on, right? And the reason is because I love people getting out of their own way and being their highest self, right? It's addictive to me. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be Elizabeth Taylor. People called me Elizabeth Taylor. My name's Elizabeth, right?
Yes,
so people would say, hey, Elizabeth Taylor. And I would practice the White Diamonds ad. The one where she was on the edge of the pool and Michael Jackson, would come up, and I would open my Vogue that I got from Walmart in this small little town that I, came up in. And I would practice the commercial that came on that said, these have always given me luck, right? Come on, I was here for it. I was here for it. So through the years, I find that even if someone isn't like a full-on like diva and like whatever, like someone that's owning themselves, oh man, because it gives someone else permission in the room to own themselves as well. Being our highest self dressing with expression, you know, having personal style and personal expression. I don't find that to be about vanity. I find that to be about being your highest self. And when you are being your highest self, what I love about that and live for about that is that it gives the next person permission. Like for me at a size 18, a little under 250 pounds, honey.
Okay,
the next
girl, let
woman,
the next
woman looks at me and she says, she seems very unapologetic. I think I can do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or she goes, and I'm like, baby, I've gained 100 pounds since our modeling days and beauty queen days and la la la, and we're still fine. Okay.
That's right. Still fabulous.
That's for all of us at whatever size, whatever you look like, whatever you're thinking that you are, whatever you're thinking that you're not. Listen to me. You wear your right size. If you a 16, baby, wear a 16, right? If you're a size 11 shoe, stop buying a 10 and a half. Quit lying to yourself. The quicker that you tell yourself the truth, right? The quicker that you stand in that size 11 shoe and just embrace all of it that is you. I've heard women that are a size 2 have the same problems that a size 22, 28 has had. I've heard women that are a size 00 say the same thing that I've heard a size 18. When will you become an active participant in your own life? Okay.
Absolutely.
Tell yourself the truth in the mirror, which is I'm fabulous, fearfully, and wonderfully made. There is no flaw in me. Everything that is on me is because I was designed to be fabulous and phenomenal.
That's right.
And we look in the mirror at every size, and what we see is what we don't want to see. We see all the things that are wrong. So doing that mirror work and training yourself to see 3 things that you love, number 1 at every size. You got to learn to pour love on yourself. And so those divas and those people who are, you know, getting out of their own way, they may not even have on the flyest outfit, but boy, that freedom that they have to own who they are, that's the addictive thing that we're all into. And so for me, the thing that inspires me, the thing that like just empowers me is the thought of giving someone else that power to be themselves and to live in their skin and love that skin right now, and to not let their story be, you know, if you're losing weight or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You don't have to wait for
myself. Come on. I hated myself.
Don't have
so
to wait for
change something. No, I don't want that to be my testimony. Let me tell you something. I'm down. My highest weight was 270.2, right? And I just say this because this must be for somebody that's on here right now. You must be going through something.
Let them know, Liz.
Right? Okay, my highest weight was 270.2. We weighed in yesterday at 249.1. But we were fine, the same type of fine we was at 150.
That's
fine, right?
That's right.
I'm just making smart choices. I have a history of stroke in my family, right? History of high blood pressure. So I've had to say, okay, I've used my quarantine time to be like, where am I on my priority list? What are the smart things that I can do? I'm not starving myself. I'm not really on any type of like plan or whatever. I did get a routine. Right?
You a good girl. I see it.
It's being on our own list, you know?
Right.
And so I'm doing this to give everybody else the power to know that they can change for the better.
Yes.
And it's not out of a struggle of I don't love myself. It's out of a struggle of the purpose is so big on my life, right? I'm gonna wear a bow big enough to show y'all.
Let us know.
This purpose is coming all the way through, right? And that'll come through in everything that you do.
That's right. Liz, you are a whole mood. Can I just tell you that? You are a whole mood, and I am loving this knowledge that you are sharing with us. And like you said, that open discussion. We need these kind of inclusive, open discussions because so many young people, and I won't even just say women, but so many young people grow up and see one social norm and think that they have to fit into that mold or into that box, right? And so they aren't able to be creatives and they aren't able to live their true self. So when we open the discussion up and we're able to talk about how fashion truly impacts people's lives on a grander scale than just vanity, or if I'm cute or I'm a bad one like you said, or whatever it is, open that discussion and say it does tie into all these different aspects of mental health and self-confidence and just achievement is tied into this. I think we get a little further, right? People learn from that and we're able to impact lives on a level to inspire that confidence in our young people that they can be their true selves. So thank you so much. I'm so glad that you came on board. We're going to jump into our we want to know questions. Okay. Are you ready?
Absolutely. I am ready for it, girl. Let's do it.
Okay. And you have to be honest, which I know you have no problem letting us know.
Listen, I just told you my whole highest weight on Instagram. Okay.
You
So I clearly don't care. I do not care.